And if you're quick, there's already a video on our stories, facebook.com/BBC Radio Devon. You'll have noticed, of course, loads more camper vans and motorhomes coming to Devon since the pandemic. The South Hams has been inundated with visitors, and they're all welcome. Sometimes wanting to bunk down in council-owned car parks. Well, instead of upping enforcement, because that's not allowed, councillors decided to trial a scheme charging a tenner a night to allow certain vehicles to stay in its car parks. Motorhome owner Aaron Sorensen has been trying it out.
I like it. It's very quiet. For us, it's ideal because we can come and stay here and enjoy it and don't have to spend as much money either. It's much cheaper than staying in a campsite. Yeah, I think it'd be a great idea if there's more car parks like this.
There are 5 car parks included in the trial. One of them is in Totnes along the banks of the River Dart. All vehicles must be self-contained with washing facilities and a loo. The district councillor from that area is Keith Baldry, and he tells us it's been really popular.
It's been very successful, and we have had a great deal of praise from users of the service. We have no complaints from the public. Some people have been not happy with the fact they had to have facilities on board their caravan before they parked here, so we've had complaints from them, and we've had complaints from people who want it extended to other car parks in the South Hams. Business owners are very happy with it, and we've had no complaints from residents at all.
Well, in the first year of the trial, there's been over 1,400 overnight stays in the 5 car parks. Totnes' Longmarsh attracting the most visitors. That's incredible, isn't it? 1,400 overnight stays. Second most popular has been the Dartmouth Park and Ride. And of course, there are mixed views from other car park users, including these in Totnes.
Well, if the car parks rather than proper motorhome places, then there's going to be a problem with hygiene, isn't there?
I think it's amazing. You know, we're not doing any harm as long as we keep things tidy.
Not really. I think they ought to go in a proper caravan park, you know.
The price of camping has gone up so expensive, and this is a really, really beautiful place, and I think it would be really good if it could be accessible for people.
So is the South Hams leading the way? Well, Steve Hayward is from an organisation, not CAMpRA, the beer people, but CAMpRA. First, tell us what it stands for, Steve.
Good morning, David. Yeah, CAMpRA, we obviously use the common terminology, is the campaign for real heirs in the UK. An heir is the common name for overnight parking for self-contained motor caravans common all over Europe.
So the campaign for real heirs. And the fact that there is a campaign for this suggests that in the past it's been quite difficult to find places to park your motorhomes. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. And we've been ourselves motor caravan owners for about over 40 years. And when we retired, we wanted the freedom of a self-contained motor caravan. We went to Europe and we were absolutely amazed. You're so welcome. Everywhere you're welcome in Europe. All the towns and villages have overnight parking and waste emptying points, many free, to encourage you to come and spend locally. And this is, when you get home, you're met with height barriers, no overnight parking signs, no motorhome signs, and you really feel unwelcome. And that's what started our founder to start this campaign just over a couple of years ago. And we're finally getting the message, I think, and South Hams is an excellent example of encouraging people. Because in the report, David, the main thing is, you said 14,000 visitors, at 1,400 visitors, which has generated £14,000 for a car park. However, our motor caravan survey carried out says that the average spend when staying overnight is £47. That's that's generated £65,000 for local businesses.
Into the economy.
Into the economy. And this is what the message that CAMpRA are promoting. We're not demanding overnight stays or anything like that. We're promoting the fact that motor caravan tourism not only bring revenue to the local businesses, which is desperately needed, especially hospitality, but it's year-round. So when all your tourists have gone home and all your car parks that are set up there to cope with the tourist rush in July and August are empty, Why not allow overnight stays and encourage motorhomes to come and stay and spend locally?
Steve, what would you say to other users of the car parks, some of whom we heard there, who are a bit frustrated about the use of space? Try and persuade them if they're listening.
Well, obviously, David, in an ideal world, you would have a separate motorhome area. That would be the long-term aim. But you have to first prove to the councils and prove to the local residents that we're not going to cause a problem and that we are generating income to help their businesses, keep their shops open, keep their restaurants open. And then they will look at providing a separate facility for motorhomes. But my view is this. I'll give you an example. We went to Northumberland, different area I know, for 3 weeks. We lasted 3 days. Their car parks allow you to say 72 hours parking, but you can't sleep in the vehicle. And we always say, if we can park there during the day, what's the problem with staying at night when the car park's empty?
I had a glimpse into a world that I didn't realise existed when my dad bought one of these motorhomes a few years ago and absolutely loves it. It's an adventure, but it's a safe and measurable one, isn't it? Just give us an insight into your world as a motorhome lover.
Well, the main thing is it's the freedom, especially now we're retired. We've just come back from a 2-week tour of Wales. We left home and we didn't know where we were going, when we were coming back, how long we'd stay. We're planning to come down Cornwall hopefully later in the year when the main tourists are gone. We will travel. If we like a place, we'll stop a couple of nights. We'll go and have a meal, we'll have a snack, we'll visit things, we'll wander around the shops. And it's just that freedom. The well-being, we've all been locked down, lots of us. We've got the benefit that we can get out and about. And all we want to do is have that freedom to do it. We're not looking for free overnight parking. Some are, we understand that, but the vast majority are willing to pay to stay and park. All we want to be is close to facilities. Because if you think about it, if we're going to stop on a campsite, which we do, by the way, we do use campsites. If we're going to stop on a campsite out of town, and you put up height barriers and parking restrictions in the town, we still can't come to the town because we've still got to bring our vehicle.
Yeah, it's a good point that you make, Steve. Thanks very much for joining us. Steve Hayward from CAMpRA, the Campaign for Real Heirs, places where motorhomes are allowed to pitch up. We'll watch this closely. The South Hams allowing them into their car parks. Could other parts of Devon follow suit? 7:41.